The right kit changes everything. With the right kit, you're ready for anything. United, connected, unstoppable. Whatever your sport, we are your sporting partner. Creating your kit your way. For every team, for every challenge, for every aspiration. Feel seen, feel ready, feel part of the team. Kit on, game on. The right kit changes everything. With the right kit, you're ready for anything. United, connected, unstoppable. Whatever your sport, we are your sporting partner. Creating your kit your way. For every team, for every challenge, for every aspiration. Feel seen, feel ready, feel part of the team. Kit on, game on.
And 75% by the age of 24. That's why Movember with the Rugby League World Cup and Rugby League Cares have created the first ever mental fitness charter for a global sporting tournament. To do this, we have delivered mental fitness workshops to every professional player, team official, match official, teammate and everyone participating in the Rugby League World Cup tournament.
Ask how your mate's doing, listen to what they say, encourage them and then check in. Simple, you'll do it anyway. So Marshall, do you fancy going for a coffee? How's things?
I wish I had learned what I'm talking about during my playing days. You know, when we looked at the psychology, it was all about performance psychology. Now we're looking at it from an holistic point of view. We've delivered mental fitness campaigns to all Rugby League community clubs across the north of England. That's over 8,000 young Rugby League community players, over 400 Rugby League community coaches, and 50 million fans in England and many more worldwide. Let's go beyond the banter. Find out more at movember.com.
Hello and welcome to a freezing cold Broad Street RFC. We're here on the Ivor Priest field and we are wearing as many layers as is humanly possible. It is absolutely Baltic, but the rugby is going to warm us up because we've got two fantastic games of rugby coming up here this afternoon and this evening. At 4:15, just 15 minutes away, in fact probably a little less than 15 minutes away, it's Wellington College against SEDBERGH, second 15s, and then at 6 p.m. a massive first 15 fixture. It is Wellington College against SEDBERGH, two of the giants of the school game anywhere in the world. We are going to be joining this one from all over the world. We know that, don't we? It's going to be absolutely fantastic. You also, many of you are just joining us from Gordon's against Stourport down in Bagshot, where Gordon's have put in a thumping performance for an absolutely wonderful effort that has sent them into the Ace final on the, I think that's going to be on the 4th of December. We're just confirming that date, but a fantastic performance from Gordon's, our first ever live stream of an Ace game. And I'll tell you what, we got a cracker, didn't we? Wilf Kelmsley's been talking us through that one and enjoying that an awful lot. So from Ace Rugby down in Bagshot, we hit our way all the way up the M40 here to Broad Street on the corner of Coventry and Rugby, where of course this game began over at Rugby School. We're all so familiar with things there, but here it is all about this battle between the giants. And let me tell you, this game, this first 15 game in particular, we're going to get on to that second 15 game in a little moment's time, but it is worth us focusing in on that first 15 fixture. Internationals galore have come out of it. The likes of Cameron Redpath have played in this fixture. The likes of Tom Curtis with that last play conversion. So many of these huge moments. Johnny McPhillips as well with one of those late ones. Ben Redshaw with 2 late scores. And then last year, of course, who can forget the heroics of Tyler Afire for Wellington College. This game almost always seems to be an absolute cracker. Wellington College won it last year. It was their first time in 10 years. Will they go back to back? Will it go back to the pattern of previous years where it's been tight SEDBERGH victories? We will find out soon enough. What we do know is that they are 2 of the very best sides in the country, if not the very best sides in the country. Hardly anyone has got the better of SEDBERGH. Only Warwick have managed it, and even that went right down to the wire. Wellington College, they've been in some tight ones as well. We've seen a lot of them here on NextGen15 this year, haven't we? We've seen them in a tight defeat to Millfield, but we've also seen them in tight victories against Harrow. They have been absolutely fantastic. And hey, the floodlights have come on. Someone must be playing a rugby match in a moment or two. And that is because in a moment or two, it is the second 15s that come out. And there are some real superstars in these second 15 sides, let me tell you. There are players we're going to be seeing coming onto the field for the first 15s later on. The likes of Henry Hume for Wellington College, who's part of the Bath under-18 setup. Can you believe that? We've got academy players in the second 15 game. That is the strength of what we've got out there, and it's not just for Wellington College as well. Spencer Moore, a Newcastle Falcon, will be propping for SEDBERGH in this second 15 game. It is really, really high level stuff. There's a lot of survivors from last year's game as well. Ash Firth on the wing for SEDBERGH. Archie Triplow, who started last year, he's also going to bench for the first for Wellington College. So we're seeing a lot of players that are going to be very familiar with the pressure that comes with this sort of fixture, the pressure that comes with a live stream as well. It is a big, big evening. It's a big, big afternoon as well. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. We can't wait to get cracking. I certainly can't wait to get cracking. These Wellington College boys behind me can't wait to get cracking. We can hear their cheers going up to my left-hand side. They are ready and raring to go, and we cannot wait to get going. By the way, though, before we do get going, a massive shout out to both our kitwear and leisurewear suppliers, STC and Extreme Robes. Our cameraman is nodding along behind camera because they are keeping us so warm today in these freezing conditions. I feel sorry for the boys out there, but they are going to enjoy the rugby. Stay with us. We're going to jump to some ads, and then it is live to kick off for the second 15 game between Wellington College and SEDBERGH.
The right kit changes everything. With the right kit, you're ready for anything. United, connected, unstoppable. Whatever your sport, we are your sporting partner. Creating your kit your way. For every team, for every challenge, for every aspiration. Feel seen, feel ready, feel part of the team. Kit on, game on.
Health problems are established by the age of 14 and 75% by the age of 24. That's why Movember with the Rugby League World Cup and Rugby League Cares have created the first ever mental fitness charter for a global sporting tournament. To do this, we have delivered mental fitness workshops to every professional player, team official, match official, teammate and everyone participating in the Rugby League World Cup tournament.
Ask how your mate's doing, listen to what they say, encourage them, and then check in. Simple, you'll do it anyway. So Marshall, do you fancy going for a coffee? How's things?
I wish I had learned what I'm talking about during my playing days. You know, when we looked at the psychology, it was all about performance psychology. Now we're looking at it from an holistic point of view. We've delivered mental fitness campaigns to all rugby league community clubs across the north of England. That's over 8,000 young rugby league community players, over 400 rugby league community coaches, and 50 million fans in England and many more worldwide. Let's go beyond the banter. Find out more at movember.com.
Incredible evening of rugby we've got ahead of us. Wellington College against SEDBERGH School here from Broad Street RFC. We begin in a few moments' time with the second 15s who are just about ready to come out on field. A tunnel has already been built for them. The spectators are bedecked in scarves and hats and gloves and the works because it is absolutely Baltic up here at Broad Street RFC. But before those teams come out, we might as well let you know who's playing in this fixture. There you go. You can see them wrapped up nice and warm there, right on the edge of the pitch there. But we begin then with the teams, of course. Wellington College second 15 will be out first. I believe that looks like their supporters there on the edge, and they are captained by Freddie Ash, their number 8, with Henry Hume and Zach Heiner in the back row alongside him. Hume will be playing for the first 15 rather, off the bench as well a little later on. Dan Palmer and Jack Hartley are in the second rows. Jim Friday and Drew Thompson are propping. Ben Kutzia is at hooker. He will also be jumping across to the first 15. On the back line, Archie Triplow, another of those that will be benching for the first team. And then Sam Watson-Nee, the vice-captain, is at fly half. Gabriel Demetriou and Dan Bowen are the centres. Kieran McNamara, apologies, cold lips, is back for another year's action here in this fixture on the left wing, with Max Holroyd on the right wing and Rory Hill at full-back. Hughie Lewis, Chester Green, Alfred Watson, Ryan Evans, the vice-captain Eddie Skinner and Tom Skinstad are the bench for the second 15 for Wellington College. SEDBERGH School, meanwhile, are led by centre William Taylor, who's alongside another William in the form of Barrett in the centres. The wings are Ash Firth, a veteran of this fixture last year, and Will Thompson, with Freddie White at fullback. Will Baston and Frederick Galitzine Scott are the halfbacks. Up front, Spencer Moore, who we mentioned earlier, and the vice-captain Seb Jones alongside Hugo Hodgson, with Max Moss and Zach Brooks in the second row. Will Evans, Haruki Stemp and Chris Kirkby are the back row. Fabian Minney, Jack Davis, Harry Purvis, Rory Dowling and Jake Twin are the bench. SEDBERGH School then out onto the field. Sprinting out, trying to keep warm by the looks of things. SEDBERGH in their famous brown shirts. Blue shorts for the first. Drum will be in their white shorts that we are all so familiar with. And now we just await Wellington College. I can hear beneath me the stand trembling, the cheers are going up, and Wellington College in all black are out onto the field. A huge game, part of a huge double-header. Remember, at 6 p.m. that first 15 game kicks off. Those of you just tuning across from that Gordon School against Stourport High School game that concluded just a couple of moments ago, welcome to you. What a day of rugby this has been live here on NextGenXV. Wellington College just hitting a few pads before we get going. Quite right too as well. It is absolutely Baltic, as I've said. Every last moment of warmth is well worth it. It's been a big day here. As with every year, it's a under 14 right through to under 18 day of rugby here at Broad Street RFC between these two. At 3 o'clock, the under-15s and the under-14s were underway on the back pitches, and you might just be able to see when we move on to our wide shot here, over in the background, the under-16s are going to be kicking off on pitch 2. You can just see them there in the distance. And so we'll be able to keep a little bit of an eye on that one as well while we're at it. SEDBERGH have been motionless out on field ever since they ran out a couple of minutes ago. They're made of hardy stuff up in those Cumbrian hills, aren't they? Here are the rest of us complaining about the cold. Meanwhile, SEDBERGH happy just to stand and soak in the atmosphere. Wellington College, meanwhile, have broken out into 2 groups. Forwards and backs just having various discussions. But the referee has come over to talk to a select few of them as well. Some big players to look out for here. I mentioned it in the build-up. This game features not just first 15 players for later on. It features academy players, it features some real stars of the future. There is something uniquely impressive about these schools. The depth of quality they have is really quite impressive. There are first 15s right across the country that would struggle to compete against these 2 second 15s that we're about to see here today. That is the sort of level we're talking about. And so, chat with the referee still ongoing for Wellington College. I did hear a rumour before kickoff that we might be playing uncontested scrums from the start. I haven't had that confirmed, so we'll keep an eye on that, but that might well be what that discussion with the referee was about, so we'll just keep an eye on it. So having swapped ends, the teams are now re-swapping ends. Is this just a way of staying warm, I wonder? Wellington College have been on the left, they've been on the right, they're now back to the left. We're almost ready to get started. Keeping us on tenterhooks here, aren't they? This game last year won 2012 by SEDBERGH. They're looking to make it 3 in a row over Wellington College in this second 15 fixture. Somehow, though, you suspect this is going to be tight. Both sides have had impressive seasons. Wellington College defeated just twice. SEDBERGH defeated just once. We're underway, and it's loose ball that's gathered by Wellington College, playing in black from left to right. Playing already with plenty of depth as they look to move the ball to the outside channel. Taking it up through the middle to create some space for an exit. Kept deliberately infield by Wellington College, and move now to Freddie White of SEDBERGH, the fullback, who's trying to challenge that defence, and then moves the ball wide, and there could be a little bit of space here on this left-hand side for Ashford, who then passes it back inside. A great early break from SEDBERGH, and they're into the 22. Firth takes over at scrum half and feeds it on to Hodgson. And now scorching through half a gap goes Evans. Strong start from SEDBERGH as Moss, who was on the bench in this fixture last year, drives forward. Barrett now. Gallinson's Scott feeds his back line outside him.
And now out to Firth on the wing. Firth tries to finish, and Firth at the contra line. Ash Firth with the early involvement. Ash Firth with the try, and SEDBERGH have a 5-0 lead inside of 2 minutes. Galatzine Scott pulling the strings, and then that skip pass from his halfback partner Baston, releasing Firth down that left wing, and despite the heavy challenge coming in from McNamara, Firth was able to cross the whitewash. Galatzine Scott stands over the conversion. Viewers might remember pre-pandemic Tom Curtis landing one in the final minute of play for victory for the SEDBERGH first 15 from exactly that spot. That one drifts just wide, but it was a good connection, promising signs for what's to come. What a start from SEDBERGH. Straight from that counter-attack initiated by White. They just looked oh so threatening. Deep kickoff from Wellington College up to the 22. Wellington College. Lose the ball forward, but we're going to come back. The scrum from the earlier SEDBERGH infringement, just on the edge of the 22 here. A good attacking play for Wellington College to try and launch something from. So scrum Wellington on the 22. Incredible depth on the Wellington College backline here. McNamara is all the way back on the 10-metre line inside his own half. Huge competition at the breakdown from SEDBERGH. Wellington flash to the blind side, and they've got some numbers if they can release the ball. The ball is released. Ash, the skipper, charges forward. Kurtzia throws himself into contact, and now Bowen takes it in. Wellington think they've spotted a bit of space. Could be some space round to this short side. Popped up to McNamara, who gets within 2 metres. Tipped on. Thompson goes close. Referee is looking for it. Calls that it's short. Wellington looking for the quick response here. They're over the line, they're across the line. Try is given. Jude Thompson, I think it was, that barged over from close range. And the SEDBERGH lead didn't last long. Wellington College responders, they knew they had to. Three-man flying wedge at the line. Levels the scores for Wellington College with the conversion to come. What's the knee? Strikes it absolutely beautifully as well. To nudge his side 7-5 in front. SEDBERGH kick-off. It's a great kick-off, but it's claimed equally greatly by the side in black, Wellington College. Wellington have advantage. And to see what they can create. Little nudge to this near side. How's the bounce? It's going to be all important. Ball bounces loose into the hands of McNamara. Wellington College seal possession. Triplo feeds to Thompson, who then releases the back south side in, but that one's just lost forward and will come back for the Wellington College scrum here on this near touchline. Triplo feeds. Big scrum from SEDBERGH. Wellington do well to get the ball away. Now that they have, they release the back line and they might be able to see if they can find a little bit of space out here. There is some space for Holroyd to just move into beyond the 10-metre line. It's good play in possession from Wellington College. And a good carry there from Heine. And more lovely handling from Wellington College, and there's space out wide here for Coetzee, who just flings himself forward, all hustle and bustle. Subtle handling from Thompson as well. And then challenging the line is Bowen. Little dink over the top. Sits up, but just a little too late as it runs out into touch. It'll be a SEDBERGH line out, but they are deep in their own 22. Really impressive play from Wellington College. A great response to going behind that early try. Claimed at the tail of the line out by Kirby for SEDBERGH, who then march forward. Just a tackle, fellas. Good clean work at the maul from both sides, and then box clear from SEDBERGH, and the chase is good, really good, in fact, from Will Thompson. High quality affair so far. The depth on the Wellington College attack is something to behold, but Dimitri is going to have to work hard there, and does so. Important work from the inside centre for Wellington College. SEDBERGH, though, have done fantastically well on that exit from the line out. They've gone from 122 to the other. May not be in possession, but they're in a far safer part of the field, and they force the knock on as well. Superb work from SEDBERGH School. It's a really interesting piece of defence from SEDBERGH, because it's not aggressive line speed, but what it is just calm and composed and flooding the field with numbers, forcing Wellington College maybe just to try and add a little bit too much. can sometimes happen when you're faced with more numbers than you might necessarily want to be facing. A short delay. Referee's just coming over for a chat with the fourth official. I think he's got an issue with his radio. So he's asking his fourth official if he can have his radio. As a big plane goes flying overhead. Noticed on my way in today that we're not far from Coventry Airport. I had no idea Coventry had an airport, but lo and behold, there is one. And I don't know if you can hear that across the live stream, but not only is there an airport nearby, there's some pretty loud planes as well. Referee's got his electronics up and working again. We can get back on with the main event, the game. We restart with the SEDBERGH scrum. Will Baston will get us underway. Sharp scrum once again from SEDBERGH. The centre combination of Taylor and Barrett work together to get some front foot ball, but then there's no one there to receive it, so it's slightly slowed up. So Evans tries to carry hard, but the ball just pops out, and Wellington College might have pounced upon it. And they've got the penalty for their efforts too. Half the thought of going quickly. And in the end, a word from Sam Watson-Neate. As he says, I'll have that ball. Thank you very much. I'll stick it in the corner, and he's taking his side up to the halfway line. Well, it was a good carry from Evans, wasn't it? But the ball just popped loose in contact. But he does look like a real threat in the carry, Evans. Carries with real purpose and aggression. Look at this at the front of the line out from SEDBERGH. A one-man lift is about to happen at the front. In second team rugby. Astonishing. Time was, and really not that long ago, but the idea, the very thought of a one-man lift in schools rugby would have been laughable. Some big old units these days. With some impeccable technique on top, and that's some impeccable defensive work from SEDBERGH, but Wellington have done really well just to get the ball to an edge. And that's a really nasty kick for Freddie White to deal with, but he's managed to somehow, and has a little go at a counter and gets a penalty for his trouble as well. The high tackle came in. And like Wellington College before them, the call comes in the fly half, Frederick Galitzine-Scott. I'll have that ball, thank you, and I'll take this one up and beyond the halfway line. SEDBERGH secure the line now. Wellington line speed is incredibly impressive, but that is an incredibly impressive carry from Max Moss, the giant in the second row. Took all that line speed and then charged forward, and how about that as well from Chris Kirby, the big old fend. Moss again wants it. Once again he runs hard. Delivers quick ball for those outside him, and now the back line are released for SEDBERGH. Taken on by Hodgson, the tight head. And then that pass just on the toes and lost forward. Wellington escape with a scrum. Just dipped on him on the last second, didn't it? Unlucky. Big scrum from SEDBERGH, but Wellington College once again do really well to get the ball away from it, and that's neat work in the backs just to try and engineer a little bit of space to Holroyd. Thompson does really well to collect that one almost on his neck. Forward by Kadzia. White, the energetic White in the backfield. Tries to round McNamara, but McNamara shuts that door and drives him into touch. Wellington College out the line out. See it throw in. They go to the tail, that's a lovely ball to play off. And then just darting through a half a hole goes the number 8 captain, Freddie Ash. Lovely footwork from the back rower, Ben Earl-esque you might say. Down the short side, goes Triplo. Penalty to Wellington College. My tackle came in, and unsurprisingly, given where it is on the field, bang on the 22, straight in front of the post. Sam Watson knee indicates that he will have a shot at the sticks here. Nudge this out to 10-7. A low driven strike, and Wellington College nudge a further 3 points clear. It's 10 points to 5, and an enthralling game. It's the aggressive carry from Kadzia. He's been such a menace, hasn't he, whenever he's carried. Carries with such aggression. Brilliant work on the chase there, actually, by his opposite number, Seb Jones, the vice-captain for SEDBERGH. dink down the outside, just runs out of road, dribbles out into touch. SEDBERGH line out then, just shy of the halfway line. Broad Street RFC that has played host to this fixture, this series of fixtures, for so many years now. Somehow there's never been a warm night amongst them.
No.
SEDBERGH putting early width on the ball and then stepping back against the grain goes Barrett. Nice ball out the back from Hodgson, and SEDBERGH to attack on the outside. Kirby showing real pace for a number 8. Oh, that's astonishing work for a back row forward. Burning it around the outside. He just got bumped off into touch, but wow, what a show of space. And the number 8. Unbelievable wheels from the big man. Look at that, that's a winger he's rounded. Tell you what, hats off as well. It's Jack Hartley, the second rower, hunting him down. Some pace in the forward packs of these two sides. SEDBERGH defence forces Dimitriou back in field. And puts Triplo under all kinds of pressure. Eventually the knock-on comes. There'll be a SEDBERGH scrum, bang on the 22, centre field. It's a lovely, lovely position to attack from. Moss making an absolute menace of himself. He's been fantastic in his opening 22, 23 minutes, hasn't he? The SEDBERGH second row. So SEDBERGH split the backs here, 2 either side, and then the 10 and 15 straight behind the pack. If you remember from the Haileybury against Teddy's Oxford game the other week, Fraser Rawlins, the England under-18 centre, was in comms with us, and he was saying this is exactly the setup he would want from that sort of a position. Fortunately though, the ball just doesn't quite keep up with the play. So we come back for the knock-on. It'll be a Wellington College scrum. Arctic conditions here at Broad Street. Both sets of subs are giving themselves a thorough working out. There they are. Over in the second 15, oh sorry, the under 16 game, you can see on the far pitch, there's just been a try from Wellington College. Here on the near pitch, SEDBERGH have turned over the Wellington College scrum. They've been threatening that a couple of times, haven't they? Their scrum has been so good, and that's a great carry as well from Kirby. What can the back line do outside of them now? Ball is just slightly slowed by Wellington College, but that's an intelligent little stab through from Galasine Scott. Loose ball though, touched down by McNamara. Taken back by Wellington College as the call from the referee. So a scrum to SEDBERGH. And it has been a real weapon of theirs. We just saw it there, the turnover at the scrum. Little stab through here. Real competition on the deck. As Barrett tried to dive on it for SEDBERGH, ball was knocked backwards by Wellington College. Touchdown and goal by Wellington College. So we have a SEDBERGH scrum. Given his pick up at the last and his arcing run earlier on, does Chris Kirby, the SEDBERGH number 8, pick up off the base here? That he does, but it's just to pop it away to his scrum half, and there's a lovely line off him, and suddenly SEDBERGH might have a bit of space on the outside here, but that's a really, really important tackle from Sam Watson-Nee. Just got his man around the ankles and forced the knock on. Fingertip stuff. Just watch, Watson-Nee slides out here for just a half a second. It looks like he might have been done on the outside, but he just gets enough on his man, and in doing so knocks the ball loose. Vital tackle from the Wellington College fly half. Inside of a scrum here, they'll be hoping to be able to secure this one. They do secure it, and that's a great barrelling run from Wellington College. Moss is trying to make a mess of it, but eventually Wellington get to ground. Get the click clear. White, we know he'll want to counter, flings it out to his mates on the outside. Barrett picks it up his bootlaces and charges into contact. Moss now. Oh, it's another brilliant carry from Moss. What an influence he's been. SEDBERGH straighten, and then through the hole goes the skipper Taylor. Front football now for the boys in brown. And then lost forward though, and a couple of times that's happened, hasn't it? They've made the initial burst, and then on the next phase they just can't quite find the accuracy they need. It's like those chilly fingertips mean that those passes that aren't quite where you want them are just that much harder to take. So difficult when you can't feel the ends of your fingers. Scrum goes down on this near side, the other side's the referee. Hugo Hodgson wearing 3 but playing on the loose head side. Archie Triplow to feed the scrum. It's another big one from SEDBERGH. Wellington having to work hard to get it away, but they manage. Oh, that was short line from Dimitri. Lovely little disguise from Hill. No release either from SEDBERGH, so a penalty to Wellington College. And after a period of pressure there, a chance now for Wellington College, and Sam Watson-Nee in particular, to get deep into SEDBERGH territory, and that is exactly what the fly half does. That's a great kick, just shy of the 22. Line out claimed by Wellington College. Taken above his head by the skipper, who then crashes on. Picked up off the base, but could be a bit of isolation until Palmer comes in just to tidy things up. And then Thompson takes the carry on. Oh, how about that on the floor? How about that? The two tight heads going at it, and Hodgson comes away with the turnover penalty. Brilliant work from the front row forward. See it again there. The tackle came in from Barrett, and Hodgson got himself in the perfect position to just get his big mitts on it. SEDBERGH on halfway. Not straight though, is the call. Well, if you wanted an indication of how strong the Wellington College, the SEDBERGH scrum has been today, it is that off this option for a scrum or a line-out, Wellington have opted for the line-out. And out of nowhere, the wind has picked up here at Broad Street. It was just cold before, now it's windy too. SEDBERGH have stolen that one at the line-out. And then bursting through they go. Can they find the final pass? Not quite. Ball goes loose, but what a burst from Jones. Took out two rugby tacklers. Just couldn't quite find the final pass, so Wellington College will have the scrum, but they are from a position of strength almost on the other 22. They're at scrum in their own 22 hit. Another massive scrum from SEDBERGH, but it's picked up by Ash at the base for Wellington College. He's done a really good job for his team there, driven them on 4 or 5 metres. Allows front foot ball for them to get their exit away, and they find a good touch, and the skipper picks himself up off his knees and can pat himself on the back for a job well done there. Little skew whiff as well. Once again, Wellington opt for the line out rather than the scrum from it. Less than a minute until half time. Once again, it's poached by SEDBERGH. The set piece has been their friend today, and there's going to be another because that ball's been lost forward. But in fact, the referee decides that is that. Half time. A really tight, tense half. It was all in the first 5 minutes, really, wasn't it? An early score from SEDBERGH. Quickly responded to by Wellington College, and then a penalty to extend their advantage out to 10-5, which is how we enter the break here. Wellington College 10, SEDBERGH School 5 at half-time.
right kit changes everything. With the right kit, you're ready for anything. United, connected, unstoppable. Whatever your sport, we are your sporting partner. Creating your kit your way. For every team, for every challenge, for every aspiration. Feel seen, feel ready, feel part of the team. Kit on, game on.
Welcome back. Just about ready for the second half here between Wellington College second 15 and SEDBERGH second 15. Wellington College lead 10 points to 5. They're going to get us back underway, playing from right to left in their black shirts. SEDBERGH in brown, playing from left to right, ready to receive. As Sam Watson-Nee launches it high into the sky, and SEDBERGH claim it very nicely indeed through Will Evans, their blind side. An early penalty. Neck roll is the call. So Wellington College with the penalty. Both sides have rung the changes at half time as expected, with the half game rule in place. Ball stuck right into the corner by Sam Watson-Nee. That's brilliant. An early opportunity then for Wellington College to extend their lead. Huey Lewis is on to throw in. Wellington have called for the shortened line out despite being only 5 metres out, so look for something tricky, and something tricky was what they tried, but they were offside. SEDBERGH penalty, and a bit of a reprieve there for the side that are 10-5 behind. That kick doesn't quite make touch though. It was kept in excellently by Wellington College, who stick the boot on it themselves and will go herring after this one. That's tidied up nicely in the backfield. Taken on a volley. Unusual, but it falls into Wellington College hands. They'll take that. Well, they would have taken that, but they were offside. Sure, I'm not sure I've ever seen anything quite like that. Ash was ahead of the kick though when it was volleyed, so when he gathered it, he was offside.
Go boys now! Let's go! Energy ready, come on! Let's go boys, to defend! Let's go Alfie! Bring this back now boys!
Ball bounces loose, tidied up by White, and then White beats the first tackle and the second. Bundle of energy in the backfield is White. Evans takes it forward.
Come on, Chris, get on it!
Good spell of possession this for SEDBERGH as they drive up towards the 22. Challenging the line. Goes Gallitzine Scott, the fly half. Knocking on the door of the 22, but can they break through? Forward goes Stemp. His ball is picked up by White, the electric man in the backfield. Still, though, they can't penetrate the 22. Oh, that's lovely. Take on the fingertips from Jones, and it gets SEDBERGH on the front foot. That ball's a little loose, but still it's going to work out for them as Brooks takes it forward. Still, though, they can't break into the 22. This defence from Wellington College is outstanding. 14 men in the front field for Wellington College, and they are providing a brick wall at the moment, and they force the knock on. Oh, give yourselves a pat on the back, Wellington College. That is defence. They have worked so hard there. SEDBERGH with such a neat spell of possession. We're knocking on the door, but just could not get over the 22. So first scrum of the second half. It was a real weapon for SEDBERGH in the first half. Does look like a lovely warm place to be though, doesn't it? 16 bodies all huddled close together. No wonder they're reluctant to get too much of a move on with it. They want to stay there for as long as they can. I tell you, they're just trying to keep warm down there. That's exactly what they're doing. No rush at all to get on with this scrum. Poor old Freddie White and Rory Hill, standing at fullback for either side, will be frozen solid by the time this scrum is over. SEDBERGH first 15 have come out to begin their warm-up. That game at 6 o'clock. Ball is out the scrum, bouncing, and then charged down. Calm heads needed for Wellington College, and that's exactly what they found as they look to escape through the fleet-footed Max Holroyd. And then aggressive defence from SEDBERGH. Knocks the Wellington College ball carrier backwards, but that's a really nice carry in response from Wellington College. Oh, that's a lovely little dummy from Sam Watson-Lee. Give it the old heave-ho there, and everyone bought it. Wellington takes it on. Oh, nice. Sharp work on the floor. And the SEDBERGH skipper, William Taylor, the inside centre, stepping up with the turnover.
Before the game even starts, off peak. In the breakout speak. Right. Even before it starts.
SEDBERGH that one up to the 22. See the turnover again. Really quick to get over that, wasn't he? Tidy work from Barrett.
Sorry, we're making a change in the front row. So we're now going uncontested.
Who's it? Alfie!
Now then, I spoke to you at the start of the game about how there was the possibility of uncontested scrums here. And that, I believe, is what has happened now. A change has been made, and that is what means we will be going uncontested. I will confirm that, obviously, at the next
Does he know that we've only got 14 on the
scrum.
pitch?
Coach, no, coach. Coach, you can't go on. You can't go on until the next stoppage in play. Go, Fred, go!
SEDBERGH trying to break around the outside. Stemp takes it forward. Driving, fighting against the would-be tacklers, does really well just to fight to get that ball back. Now SEDBERGH in the 22. Is there something they can do here? White just delays the pass, and now Kirby shows his pace to try and go around the outside. Takes 2 to bring him down. 5 metres shy, Wellington College, or SEDBERGH rather, from the Wellington College line. Round the corner they go again. Jones takes it forward. Kirby carries again up to the line, but not over the line yet. Apologies for the floodlight that's in the way, but SEDBERGH move away from it, look to go wide. Is there something on out there? White flings it out to the outside. Ash Firth, who's already got 1 try, takes it in. Kirby takes possession. He drives forward and across the game line. Gals of time, Scott takes it on himself.
Go, Princess!
SEDBERGH knocking and knocking on the door, but the Wellington College defence is up to it at the moment. Kirby releases Ash Firth. Still, Wellington College hold firm. Still, SEDBERGH launch into attack. This time short through Brooks. Dan Bowen is trying to get over that. Dan Bowen is penalised though. Thought he'd got it there for just a half a second. So Gallatine Scott just dinks it over the top, knowing that the penalty is coming. SEDBERGH have retained possession. Nothing doing, will come back for the penalty. But under that level of pressure, I don't think that Wellington College will mind having given away the penalty there. They were under so much pressure. But once again, they've held out. And by the way, they did all that with just 14 on the field because they didn't get their substitution before that line out that this all originated from, done in time. Even more outstanding. Back up to 15 then, with the substitution completed. SEDBERGH with the penalty. It looks as though they're going to tap. Is it a direct play, or is there something a little more tricky afoot here from them? It's direct. Wellington College meet it head on. SEDBERGH continue this assault on the try line. They're as close as they've been since the Ashworth try in the early moments of the first half. It's out towards his wing now that they go. They're playing with penalty advantage once again. Ball is lost forward, but they'll have the penalty. Once again though, Wellington College keep them out. Can they continue to do so though? Or will SEDBERGH burst the dam? Gallatine Scott moves it wider to Taylor, who takes it in. Sealing off, and Wellington College survive. Impeccable defending from the Berkshire side. There are first 15s all over the country that would have cracked under that. But a wonky kick means SEDBERGH come flooding back. They're going to have to hold out once more. Turned over again by Wellington College though. And then turned back over by SEDBERGH. It's as if the ball is just magnetically attracted to the Cumbrian side at the moment. Out the back door. Oh, that's beautiful from SEDBERGH. Barreling forward. Gallatine Scott to Kirby. You feel Kirby might be the man that can just unpick this defence. He's looked such a threat.
Go run!
SEDBERGH looking down that blind side. They are inches from the try line now. That flag is the try line. Up to and over the try line. Have they got the ball down? Held up, says the referee. Wellington College once again hold out. How much longer can they do so for? It's been about 10 minutes of relentless SEDBERGH attack. But Wellington College survive again. They hold on to a 10-5 lead. Well, they go short off the dropout and regather. Clever play that from Sam Watson-Nee, but his team are still deep inside their own 22, but crucially in possession. Ambitious play from Wellington College, looking to play out. Oh, and they're rewarded for it as SEDBERGH try and force something and give away the penalty. Wellington College's ambition rewarded. They have the penalty, and finally, after 10 minutes of relentless pressure, a chance for a proper exit here.
Come on, Willie.
How good was that handling from SEDBERGH? With fingertips they cannot feel given the temperatures. That's beautifully done. SEDBERGH claim the line out. But then Wellington spot the defence and earn possession back. Well, I'll tell you what, if they hold on to this 10-5 lead over the course of the next 17 minutes, it'll be the Wellington College defence that is to be thanked for it. They have been magnificent so far, particularly in this second half, in their defensive efforts. Booming kick comes across, but it's fielded nicely by Thompson, who then makes a daring break and gets the offload away to Kirby as well. How good from Will Thompson. Bit of an injury in doing so, so the referee's whistle goes. We'll restart with the SEDBERGH scrum when the time comes, but I think all the players out there embracing this little rest. Bit of cramp on both sides. It's been an energy sapping 53 minutes or so. And while everyone gets back to their feet, chance for us to just thank a few of the people that have made it possible for us to bring you so many live streams this season. Feedback Sport, you can see in the bottom right hand side of your screens. We're doing our feedback scores at the end of the first 15 fixture. They're a brilliant feedback platform for players and coaches. It's all private between the players and coaches, really easy to use. And of course to SEC, whose logo you can see out there by the clock, our kitwear provider. Their coat is working wonders this evening on me, it must be said. And of course to Extreme Robes, who are our leisure wear partners, keeping us warm but also keeping us smart. A big thank you to all of them. It is with their support that we've been able to bring you so much coverage this season. Back underway with a SEDBERGH scrum. As I say, scrum has gone uncontested now. Back into the pattern of this second half. SEDBERGH in possession, knocking on the door. Jones carry it forward. Brooks takes it on, still going Brooks. Good carry from the second row. SEDBERGH really starting to challenge the line, but it's been ripped clear again by Wellington College. This defensive effort of theirs coming up trumps once again. They're keeping the ball alive as well, making a real effort here to show ambition from deep. And earning the penalty as well, and again the chance for a long exit. About a quarter of an hour left to go here, about 40 minutes until kick-off in the first 15 fixture. 6 o'clock, Wellington College against SEDBERGH in that huge first team game. One of the greats in global schools rugby. Stay tuned with us for that. We are going to be rolling straight through. The coverage will not stop. Might be a couple of ad breaks and a chance for you to make a cup of tea, but nothing more than that. But we still have an enticing final quarter of an hour here in this second 15 game. Only 2 tries so far, both in the opening 5 minutes of the game. At that stage, I thought we were on for about 30 all, but it's emerged into a very different sort of game altogether. It is tight and it is tense, and it is absolutely compelling viewing. The ambition from Wellington College to play and the depth that they play with has really been highly impressive. But as I've been singing the praises of the Wellington College defence, we've got to sing the praises of the SEDBERGH defence as well. They've not been called across or called upon as often in this second half, but every time they've lost the ball, the energy and the fight and the desire to win it back has been enormous and has proved successful on more than one occasion, as it did here, forcing the pass, which was then under immense pressure out into touch, and SEDBERGH have the line out and possession again in a threatening part of the pitch as well. Lovely ball off the top too. Good carry from Evans. He's been really busy, Will Evans, on the blindside flank.
Come on, bro! Very good! Very good! Very good!
Just arriving late onto that was William Barrett. The ball could have found him. In fact, it was William Taylor, the captain, just arriving late. Ball missed him, but if it had landed in his hands, the hole had appeared because it was so late. His side maintained possession though and have moved into the 22. Another opportunity then. Who will come out on top in this round? It does have that feel, doesn't it, of a heavyweight boxing duel. These two just going at it. The sort you might find on pay-per-view rather than Netflix. Kirby, blind pass to Brooks, who throws the dummy and carries on. Deep into the 22 now, as said, but still the tackles rain in on them. And Wellington College once again come up with the goods in defence. Jack Hartley, I think it was, that got over the ball. They just refuse to crack. Brief pause because of an injury in the backfield. As we tick towards the hour mark, the crowd is really starting to build out here ahead of that first 15 fixture. As Wellington College clear their lines up to about the 10-metre line. But I'll tell you what, the crowd is also starting to build because we have a blockbuster final 10 minutes ahead of us. This game utterly in the balance. There is no saying what way it's going to go. SEDBERGH have asked question after question of the Wellington College defence, but so far that Wellington College defence has all the answers. Conceded after less than 2 minutes, but since then they've been impregnable. Line out is once again stolen by SEDBERGH and Kirby. So another wave of SEDBERGH attack begins. Evans, such a busy carrier. Now they move it out to the back line. There's a second ball on the pitch. It's almost in the way, but it's managed to be kept away. Scott gives it an almighty thud away. We'll have another line out. The set piece has been so impressive from SEDBERGH. They've caused problems at both scrum and line out. It's been a real source of surprise possession for them. This time though, Wellington College find their captain at the tail of the line out and release the back line outside of him. Still, they have the ambition to play out from their 22. Now eventually they decide nothing's happening, so they go for the long clearance kick. They get it about 30-35 metres downfield. SEDBERGH line-up. Just taking their time over this one. Kirby the target, and Kirby is found. Around the corner they go, and then Moss, such an influence in the first half, has a big carry here in the second. Evans, who else with the aggressive short line? Kirby takes his time and then accelerates into contact, bounces off one tackler, finds his mates who then latch onto him, but the ball just doesn't come with them. And again, Wellington College survive. And again, they look to play on turnover ball out of their own 22. What a tackle that is, the double shunt coming in. Mixture of Jones and Brooks. And another big shot from SEDBERGH. Out to prove a point they can defend themselves as well. Trying to box Wellington College into their own 22. Succeeding at the moment. More good defence. And now Wellington are forced to kick into the backfield where Freddie White will lurk. In fact, it was Gallant Scott that was under the high ball. SEDBERGH making yards, and Jones takes the offload up and beyond the 10-metre line, but a penalty again for Wellington College. We said Jim Priday, whose brother Charlie played in this game last year, is the man to get his big mitts on it. Cracking effort to try and keep it in field from SEDBERGH, but Sam Watson-Nee's kick found the space. Just look how quick Priday was to get over that ball. This about as far up the field as Wellington College have been in the last 15-20 minutes or so, but the line-out is lost, and SEDBERGH have it and are looking to counter-attack out wide. They fling it right to the far touchline as quickly as they can, and little wonder, because it's got them beyond the halfway line. In fact, it's got them beyond the 10-metre line, but the ball is ripped clear in the contact. Freddie Ash emerges with it for Wellington College, who now fling it to the far touchline themselves. That's lost forward though, and we're going to come back all the way for that knock-on the other side of the field. Solid scrum from Wellington College. A hard carry up the guts gets them up and beyond the 10-metre line. Options both sides. The side in black, they opt to this near side, and perhaps a little bit of space for Holroyd to try and operate in. Under 5 minutes left to play. Is there one more piece of magic from either of these two sides in the closing stages? SEDBERGH have tried to hold this one up. Ball is at the base though for Wellington College. They had to work oh so hard to do that. But then a penalty to SEDBERGH, holding on to the floor. Sharp work from the Cumbrian side, really sharp work. Yet more cramp, that kind of an evening. Oh, we've got a big 4 minutes coming up, haven't we? We have got a big 4 minutes coming up. Few changes for both sides, but we're ready to get back underway. Frederick Galitzine-Scott has the ball in hand for SEDBERGH. He will look to touch and look with this final 3.5 minutes or so to set a platform for his side to try and get back in front. They had the early lead in the game, 5-0, that early Ashfirth score. But a quick response from Wellington College, followed by a penalty. That lead only lasted for just a couple of minutes, and they find a way back in front. Or will this magnificent Wellington College defence hold out once again? 3 minutes left to find out. SEDBERGH line out, it's claimed superbly as ever by Kirby. Moss takes it on. Moss breaks the first tackle and the second tackle. Max Moss thumping forward. He has been a machine tonight in the carry. Another big carry from SEDBERGH, and they're into the 22. Here then the game. Galitzine-Scott feeds it backwards to White. White engaging the defence, getting the offload away to Kirby. Could this be the one for Kirby as he shrugs off 1, 2, 3 defenders? A yard short now, SEDBERGH. Round the corner they go. Patience is the call that you can hear from the touchlines. Again they drive forward. The forwards want this. Jones goes burying for it. Just short once again. Inches away are SEDBERGH. from levelling this game up. They go to the short side. More defence comes in from Wellington College. They're up to the line, but it's no try. We'll come back for the penalty. Scrum is the call from SEDBERGH School. And what will they do from it? I believe the scrums are still uncontested. So it's guaranteed platform ball here. All the backs out to the left-hand side. But Wellington College wary of the threat of Kirby off the base. Leave a man on the blind side. Kirby has. But he puts the pass in. They are going to go wide and try to use that back line, feeding it out towards White, and then Firth, the try scorer on the far side. Firth is tackled, but gets the offload away through contact. Moss now takes it on. Oh, it's another brilliant carry from Moss. 30 seconds left. Evans gets the offload to Kirby, but it goes backwards. SEDBERGH still play on. Penalty comes up. Side entry from Wellington College. I think the referee's going to go to the pocket as well. They're going to finish this game with 14 men. Jim Priday tried to come up with a big play, just couldn't quite get his angles right. And again, SEDBERGH call for the scrum, this time centre field. They'll be able to split their backs. We're into the red now. Remember, the referee's clock is the one that matters. But we're into the red as far as ours goes. Split backs for SEDBERGH. Galitzine, Scott and White straight behind the play. Kirby picks up, feeds it out wide. Galitzine, Scott, now White. Good tackle comes in from Sam Watson-Nee. Huge defence this from Wellington College, and it's been ripped clear, and all they've got to do now surely is get this ball off the field and they'll have the victory. SEDBERGH want to steal it back. They want 3 in a row here at second team level, but all Wellington College have to do is get rid, and that's exactly what they've done. Talk about that for defence. SEDBERGH threw everything at them. Absolutely everything, the kitchen sink and everything in it. But Wellington College came up trumps with a defensive display of utter brilliance. They just refused to bend, refused to break, refused to concede. And they hold on for a 10-5 victory. Outstanding from Wellington College, absolutely outstanding. College 10, SEDBERGH School 5. I'm going to head down as we prepare to build up for that first 15 game at 6 o'clock, but here is how this game unfolded. And it all really unfolded in the opening 5 minutes or so. It was within 2 minutes that Ashworth got this try for SEDBERGH. Wellington College, though, responded only a couple of minutes later from close range. We've been trying to identify this try scorer. I think it's Jude Thompson, the tight head, that got across. That leveled things at 5-all. A conversion from Sam Watson-Nee nudged them in front to 7-5, and then Sam Watson-Nee's penalty extended it to 10. And from there, SEDBERGH threw everything at it, but Wellington College's defence held firm. Full time in the second 15 game. Wellington College 10, SEDBERGH 5. In 19 minutes time, we are going to be over with the first 15 games, SEDBERGH against Wellington College. I'm heading downstairs now to help with the build up to that. I'm sure our cameraman is going to be getting stuck into everything out there on pitch. Full time, Wellington College 10, SEDBERGH 5.
The right kit changes everything. With the right kit, you're ready for anything. United, connected, unstoppable. Whatever your sport, we are your sporting partner. Creating your kit your way. For every team, for every challenge, for every aspiration. Feel seen, feel ready, feel part of the team. Kit on, game on.
Problems are established by the age of 14 and 75% by the age of 24. That's why Movember with the Rugby League World Cup and Rugby League Cares have created the first ever mental fitness charter for a global sporting tournament. To do this, we have delivered mental fitness workshops to every professional player, team official, match official, teammate and everyone participating in the Rugby League World Cup tournament.
Ask how your mate's doing, listen to what they say, encourage them, and then check in. Simple, you'll do it anyway. So Marshall, do you fancy going for a coffee? How's things?
I wish I learned what I'm talking about during my playing days. You know, when we looked at the psychology, it was all about performance psychology. Now we're looking at it from an holistic point of view. We've delivered mental fitness campaigns to all rugby league community clubs across the north of England. That's over 8,000 young rugby league community players, over 400 rugby league community coaches, and 50 million fans in England and many more worldwide. Let's go beyond the banter. Find out more at movember.com.
Welcome back then, pitch side here at Broad Street. What a second team game that was. Wow, how on earth did Wellington College keep SEDBERGH out? Sorry, I'm bouncing on my feet here because it is absolutely freezing here on the outskirts of Coventry. We're not far from Rugby School actually, where the game was founded. As the teams behind me are warming up for that first 15 game, it kicks off at 6 o'clock, a reminder for you. But just some thoughts on that second 15 game when SEDBERGH scored after 2 minutes. Convinced that they were about to run away with it. It seemed as though it was all coming so easily for them, wasn't it? Ash Firth over there in the corner. But within 3 minutes, they'd hit back quickly through Jude Thompson, that short-range try down at the far end there. And then a couple of kicks to nudge them out to 10-5 in front. And that was it, all done and dusted within about 15 minutes, wasn't it? Didn't seem that way though, did it? We thought we could have gone all the way to about 30 points all at that stage, but it turned into a really, really gritty affair, and Wellington College somehow managed to keep out SEDBERGH despite about 25 minutes of relentless attacking play in that second half from the boys in brown. Absolutely outstanding stuff from them, and the celebrations at the end were enormous, and you can see over my right hand shoulder actually the celebrations still going on, the Wellington College players lapping up the applause of the crowd on the side there. But attention now turns towards that first 15 game. This is a game that really is watched all over the world. It's one of the biggest in the world. These two have produced Premiership players galore, England internationals beyond belief. It's an extraordinary record they've got, and just to list off a few just off the top of the head, that's how many there are that you can even do it just off the top of the head. The likes of James Haskell for England, the Evans brothers for Scotland coming out of Wellington College, SEDBERGH meanwhile, the likes of Cameron Redpath up at Scotland, Phil Dowson, who's now the head coach at Northampton Saints, and of course England legends, Will Carling, the former captain, and Will Greenwood, a World Cup winner, and if you want to go way back when, Wavell Wakefield, and one who's watching, a former England under-18, Jason Duffy, who I'm sure will be pleased for a shout out here on the live stream. I'm sure he's watching and tuned in. Out here on the field though, there are going to be some more of those guys out here. There's a number of really promising players on either side, a lot of players involved with Bath for Wellington College and who are involved for Newcastle Falcons and Sale Sharks for SEDBERGH. And it's worth, as we sort of have a bit of time to think about it, reflecting on that change for Wellington College. Wellington College used to be a London Irish stalwart, but of course London Irish no longer, and so the boundaries have been redrawn for those academies, and Wellington College now fall within the Bath purview. And so they are across in that southwest region, a long, long way from home for a lot of those Wellington College boys, but a number of them very happy to be in that Bath Academy setup. And why not, hey? They reached all the way to the Premiership final last year, and there's a lot of promise, and you might get the chance to play with Finn Russell. And let's face it, that's a joy for anyone, isn't it? Out here on the field, though, it's going to be pretty exciting. We're looking forward to it an awful lot. We've seen an awful lot of Wellington College this year on the live streams here at NextGen15. We've seen some fantastic games against Whitgift, that thrilling 26-all draw, a game against Harrow where Wellington College held on for a tight victory, and of course a game against Millfield where they just missed out despite a real assault on the Millfield line towards the end of that game. So we've seen it all from Wellington College. It's a first appearance though on the live stream for SEDBERGH, who have been by and large acknowledged as the best side in the country so far this year. They've had some fantastic performances. They were really, really good against Whitgift. They earned a really, really clinical last play victory over Clifton College. And they've also taken on some real big heavyweights from across the Irish Sea in the former Blackrock College, pushed them all the way. Their only defeat this season up until that point But then a couple of weeks ago, they went down in the last play to Warwick, a really, really tight game that I know they were gutted about, and I suspect we are going to see them attempting to make amends for here. Speaking of Blackrock College and Clifton College, by the way, tune in on Saturday for an absolute belter as well. A midday kickoff down in the southwest as Clifton College hosts Blackrock College. It is going to be really, really special, that one. Given how close the Blackrock-SEDBERGH game was, given how close the Clifton-SEDBERGH game was, we can expect plenty from that as SEDBERGH walk along just behind our camera here in a nice straight line. They're looking determined, looking ready to get going today. They're in blue at the moment, but they will be in resplendent brown in a few moments' time when this game gets underway. And actually, it's they're being clapped through fantastically well. Actually, you've got Wellington College and SEDBERGH fans just on the touchline here, applauding them both through. Really nice to see. It's going to be a massive game. It's coming up in just a little under 10 minutes' time. Wellington College against SEDBERGH. A 6 p.m. kickoff that will be, as the tunnel continues to form. So we've got 8 minutes until kickoff. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw to a few adverts so that we can get ourselves all set for kickoff. I'm going to head up to commentary where we're going to be able to go through team sheets for you. You can see that the tunnel is being prepped nice and early, although a little bit too early because Wellington College are still out on field running through their final moves. SEDBERGH in the sheds. And you know what, they might not be too unwise doing that. They know a thing or two about the cold to SEDBERGH, being based up in Cumbria, and they know it's important in these final few moments to get inside and stay warm. Wellington College, on the other hand, wanting to run around and just finish off those final few touches. But anyway, we are going to jump to some adverts because coming up after this, it's team sheets and then kickoff for the massive first 15 game between Wellington College and SEDBERGH. If it's anything like as tense as that second 15 game, we are in for something special. Stay with us, 6 p.m. kickoff.
During every match, 80 men around the world will take their own lives.
80 minutes, 80 men.
40 men will kill themselves in the first half.
And the same amount will die from suicide in the second half.
By the final whistle, 80 males will have chosen to end it all.
A major reason for this is that us men don't always talk about the tough stuff.
So this half-time, don't open social media. Don't go to the bar on your own. Talk to your mate for the full 15 minutes.
This half-time, be a man of more words.
The right kit changes everything. With the right kit, you're ready for anything. United, connected, unstoppable. Whatever your sport, we are your sporting partner. Creating your kit your way. For every team, for every challenge, for every aspiration. Feel seen, feel ready, feel part of the team. Kit on, game on.
Welcome back then. We are almost ready for kickoff here in the first 15 game between Wellington College and SEDBERGH. You might just be able to spot on the left-hand corner of your screens the very end of that tunnel that has been formed for the players to run out into. All the other games are over. We've had the under-14s, we've had the 15s, we've had the under-16s, and we've had that incredibly tense game between the second 15s. And now attention turns to the first 15s. Wellington College against SEDBERGH. It is one of the greats in all of schools rugby. Last year, Wellington College broke a 10-year stretch of SEDBERGH victories, barring a draw back in 2021. Will they go back-to-back this year, or will the game return to SEDBERGH hands? It is all to play for. We are going to go through team sheets for you, but we will cut away to that tunnel when the time comes. But we will begin with Wellington College, who are skippered by Bath and England man Rory McKnight in the second row, alongside Billy James. In the front row, it's an incredibly good front row. Bill Bright and Callum O'Byrne propping down Oscar Thomas. The England hooker is between them, and in the back row, George Starmer-Smith at blindside with Geordie Bland on the other side, and Charlie Mackay at number 8. Tom Maslin, the vice-captain, was on the bench in this fixture last year. Ben Smith, his fly half, started in it. Will Corbett also started. He was at 13 last year. He moves into 12 this year with Elijah Gees at 13. On the wings, it's Finn Crumley and Dylan Clash, with Tejas Thorpe at fullback in place of the absent Nigo Langford. On the bench, Ben Kutzia, Henry Hume and Archie Triplow, who were all involved in that second 15 game. Their head of rugby is Adrian Jarvis. SEDBERGH School, meanwhile, captained by Will Bennett on the open side flank. The Sale Sharks and England under-18 training squad man. Alongside him in that back row, Oliver Hines at 8 and Elliot Marshall at 6. Vice-captain Archie Appleby is alongside James Moore in the second row, and in the front row it's Harry Bellamy, Jack Nesbitt and Ollie McCall. In the back line, Fergus Maney is at scrum half. He was another veteran of last year's game. He was on the bench for the twos, in fact. Progressed to start for the first 15. Thomas Jack is at fly half. He's a fantastic player, another of those England training camp players. His brother Adam Jack is at fullback. Meanwhile, in the centres, Leo Williamson, the vice-captain, is at 12 with Gus Spencer at 13. Harry Trail and Jeke Bulanuka on the wing, one of the survivors of last year's first 15 fixture. On the bench, it's Nico Jones, Scott Jackson, Matthew Cook and Lucas Winkler. And the head of rugby at SEDBERGH School is Simon Mulholland, as the teams begin to make their entrance onto the field here at Broad Street RFC. Wellington College first out onto the field then, in their famous gold and black hoops, as SEDBERGH now comes charging through in brown, led by Will Bennett. SEDBERGH in brown, Wellington College in gold and black. Two of the most famous names in all of schools rugby. Anywhere in the world you say either of these names and they know exactly who you're talking about. They do not come much bigger than this. Two sides with so much history. Two sides with so much quality. Two sides that know how to put on a show as well. SEDBERGH are going to get us started. They'll be playing from left to right. Wellington College getting ready to receive that there. The sole survivor in the starting lineup in the back line. But that's utter nonsense. Two starters in the back line from last year's starting side for SEDBERGH, with Anuka on the wing and Williamson at 12, who was at 15 in that fixture last year. Jack will get us underway. hoists it high and long and finds grass as well. Sharp start for SEDBERGH. They'll begin with a scrum. And let's see how this scrum goes, because in that second 15 game, the SEDBERGH scrum was a dominant area.
When it's a scrum, squeeze.
But at first team level, this Wellington College front row is something to behold. Huge, huge depth on this SEDBERGH attack. They get a penalty right off the bat. Ollie McCall's sharp work in the front row on this near side, earning that penalty. Thomas Jacques pings it into the corner, and a big, big early chance from SEDBERGH. They scored after 2 minutes in the second team game. What can they do after 2 minutes here in the first 15 fixture? Brought down safely by Appleby, and the maul forms. Nesbitt breaks free and charges forward. Already just short of the try line are SEDBERGH, playing with advantage already as well. And again, Jack pulls it out the back. Now his brother has hold of it. Those two so brilliant in tandem for the Colts last year. Popped on to the skipper, Bennett. Thomas Jack flings it out wide. Little bit of space there for Trail. Sharp start for SEDBERGH, but nothing doing there. They'll come back for the penalty. But that's a fast start for the Cumbrian side. They go to the corner again. Wellington College had just crept offside, such was the pressure coming in on them. So another line out, 5 metres out for SEDBERGH. They bring down the maul. Neo Williamson offering himself as a target if needs be. But at the moment, the forward's happy just to drive this one on. Wellington College are doing pretty well to hold it up, but they're just starting to get a bit of a wheel on now. Wellington, or SEDBERGH rather, just short of the line. Now Williamson takes it short. Oh, it's met fantastically by the Wellington College defence. The drum beat goes up in support. Oscar Thomas with the tackle that time. Another penalty though is coming the way of SEDBERGH. No arms tackle it was from Thomas. Anything will do at the moment though for Wellington College. Early pressure this from SEDBERGH. Backs are waiting patiently for it. Now they get the call. Jack out to his brother, feeds it short to Williamson, who's brought down superbly. Jack again, fizzes it to Spencer, who's met ferociously. The Wellington defence is good, but the penalties are coming. Rory McKnight just having a quick chat with the referee just to establish exactly what needs to change. Big opening 5 minutes from SEDBERGH, but big defence from Wellington College to keep them out thus far. They come again. And again, met with force by Wellington College, who've turned it over, ripped in the tackle, and then touched down, but it was lost forward by SEDBERGH, and Wellington College will have the scrum and a chance to escape from this early pressure. First scrum yielded a penalty for SEDBERGH. What will the second hold?
Set. Hold now, goal.
A big nudge from Wellington College is what it yields, and Smith has a big opportunity to clear long and does so up and beyond 10-metre line. Well, I thought it was gone up and beyond the 10-metre line, but in fact it drifted out on the 22. So the pressure stays on, but a brief reprise for the Berkshire side.
Inside 15. Hold.
Brought down by Appleby. Then out to Hines. And then sharp work at the breakdown from Wellington College. Forces SEDBERGH off their feet. And now a real chance for Wellington College to clear. Smith hammers it long. And they're up to halfway, and they can breathe just a little easier now. A shout out, by the way, to the ground staff here at Broad Street RFC. How on earth they have managed to keep this pitch from freezing, I will never know, but they've managed to. And it means we've got a game on here. So a huge thank you and well done to them.
Not straight.
That line out's not straight though. It'll be a SEDBERGH scrum.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Penalty Wellington. That front row starting to work its magic for them. Bright, Thomas and O'Byrne. They've been a menacing trio all season long. And they've eked out some proper field position for their side here as Smith takes advantage and nudges it into the 22. And after an opening 6 or 7 minutes of real pressure on their try line, now Wellington College have a chance to try and exert a bit of pressure of their own.
Advantage scrum 9. Use it. Advantage
Cleared
over.
by Jack. SEDBERGH escape up to the 22, but Wellington College will get another go. Oscar Thomas will throw in, meticulously drying the ball. Successfully claimed by James, and now Wellington College can get that maul together and try and work their way forward. They get a couple of early yards. SEDBERGH just halt momentum briefly, but not entirely, as Wellington College keep on rumbling, and Oscar Thomas has it at the back. He scored a lot of tries already this season from this position. Still they move on. His shorts have just about come off, but he keeps on with it. Playing with advantage now as SEDBERGH pull it down. Smith is calling for it. Pulls it out the back. There's space with the big wide looping pass. One-on-one in the backfield as clash. Nothing doing. We come back for the penalty.
Ball going forward, collapse.
And the referee goes to the pocket early.
No. We agreed.
It's an early yellow card. Elliot Marshall played at 7 for the second 15 last year in this fixture. No warning from the referee, just straight to yellow. Says that that was advancing towards the try line. So SEDBERGH are going to have to see this 5-metre line out away with just 14 on the field. To the tail for Wellington College, and they get the early drive on. It's rumbling towards the try line. Oscar Thomas doesn't even need to hang on. Try awarded. It was moving so fast, they couldn't even join to get onto it. We'll have a look again and see who it was that came up trumps with the score. Brought down brilliantly at the back. I think it might have been Callum O'Byrne, the tight head, that gets on it. We'll see it in a little more detail here. Charlie Mackay gets on the ball. Loses it, does he? And then Callum O'Byrne dots it down. It's either Mackay or it's O'Byrne. One of those two gets the ball down. Conversion just drifts wide. Wellington College have the 5-0 lead. That driving ball that's been a weapon for them all season long, paying dividends early on here. And it all stemmed from the defensive work early on. Kept SEDBERGH out when the pressure was piling through. And then when they got their chance, Wellington College took advantage. Jack gets us underway. McKnight is under it. But crosses with his own man. SEDBERGH have the penalty and a chance to secure a bit of field position to try and level things up quickly. Bennett just having a little chat with the referee. In fact, SEDBERGH are going to go for the penalty here. Thomas Jack, Sale Sharks man, lines up a go at the sticks. This to close the gap to 2. Fast response from SEDBERGH either way. Just drifts left, but they'll get the ball back with the 22. Ben Smith with the restart. Adam Jack underneath it. It's another penalty for Wellington College. A lot of early penalties in this game, both sides just struggling on discipline early on. So another line out in attacking position for Wellington College. Referee wants Wellington College in quicker at that line out though. So they're too slow to it. Ball over the top, but O'Byrne is wise to it. Thunders forward. McKnight takes it. Met fantastically well there by a combination of Williamson and his forwards as Corbett goes diving through. Opening try of the back line for Corbett. Dancing through goes Will Corbett.
Get him in the squad. What a try, Willie boy.
Had no right to score it, just danced his way through. Smith on the inside, and Corbett just bashes two would-be tacklers out the way, and then has the footwork to round the last man. Right through the guts of the defence. The power from Corbett. And he's doubled his side's advantage. Smith's conversion just slides off to the right-hand side, so it stays at 10-0. But how about that from Will Corbett? Well, he spent a lot of time last season stood on the shoulder of Lloyd McEwen-Peters while he did that sort of thing. And it turns out Will Corbett's learned a thing or two. What a piece of power running from the inside centre. Rory McKnight claims the restart. And Wellington College have a 10-0 lead at the end of this opening quarter of the game. 10-0 lead and a penalty. We're tempted just for a second to go quick there. And Smith thinks better of it.
Next play, Welding's back on.
Wellington College line out, just shy of the halfway line. To the tail they go. Maslin off the top ball. Smith feeds it short. Corbett again. Bouncing tacklers. But then holding on to the floor. So often the way, isn't it? You get beyond that gain line, get yourself a little bit exposed despite the good work. SEDBERGH were able to take advantage there. Elliot Marshall returns to the field of play. We're back up to 15 aside. It's been a tricky little period with 14. The side in brown. Back up to 15. What can they do in response to finding themselves 10 points down? The referee's going to get us to take this one again. What you can't see at home, but you can from my vantage point, is the depth that SEDBERGH have on this attack to begin with. Furthest back is about 60 metres behind where this line out has taken place. Unbelievable depth on their attack. And it's a feature of their game, always has been, under the direction of Simon Mulholland.
No! Advantage over.
Jack. To the other Jack. Who gets the offload away to Bulanuka. Jack again. Might be a bit of space out here, but the pass just doesn't go quite to target for SEDBERGH, but still they keep it in their possession and still they find a way to flow forward. And still they find a way to put this incredible depth on their attack.
Release. Leave it, now 8.
Jack out the back to the other Jack. Now surging into the 22. Good defence from Wellington College, but SEDBERGH have a platform now. Carried forward by McCall. Wonder if he's got any Scottish blood in him, McCall. They could do with some tight heads. McCall again, busying himself. Lanuka skips it out wide to Spencer. Spencer fighting off a couple of tacklers. He's just a couple of meters short now. Good opportunity this for SEDBERGH as Bennett takes it forward. Jack. But just have to stretch themselves to make sure that ruck is secured as Bellamy takes it forward. Started at hooker in this fixture last year, playing on the loose head this year. Here's the young Newcastle Falcon out wide. This could be the opening. There it is. Oliver Hines gets across the try line. Round the short line. Maney found him. SEDBERGH have their first score. Patient build-up. And that patience pays off. You just see Hines here on the right-hand side wearing 8. He's calling for it really early, and it's good delay on the pass from Maney. Waits until Hines is almost flat to the line before he gives it to him. Just no time for the defence to react. Conversion is good from Thomas Jack. And the gap now just 3 points. A really good response from SEDBERGH to those 2 Wellington College scores. Hines there, trotting across. I think he just was concerned there for a second that Wellington College were going to go for the tricky one. Instead, they go to the left-hand side. It was a tricky one in the end, hard to recover, but SEDBERGH managed so and get the box kick away. It's a high hanging one and it's into space. It's a really long way that Thorpe has had to come and gather that. He's done well.
No 6.
Bennett tackles and wraps up the ball just to slow that Wellington College attack up a little bit. Bright charges on. Smith now. And they fizz it to clash on this near side. Ball went down and was lost forward. And SEDBERGH will have a scrum. Keep an eye on this scrum. Last couple have brought penalties the way of Wellington College. Look at the steam coming off it. That looks like a nice warm place to be. It's another massive shove from Wellington College, just held up. Remember, at under 18 level, the scrum can only go 1.5 meters. And the shove has to stop. Not an easy thing to do when you're putting all your might into something with your nose 2 inches from the floor. SEDBERGH glad for it though, as they charge forward beyond the 10-metre line, just bundled into touch, so it'll be a Wellington College line out. All in the name of safety, of course, that 1.5 metre rule. But I do sometimes feel sorry for those front row forwards. It is not easy to calculate whether you've travelled 1.4 or 1.5 metres when your nose is 2 feet from the floor, is it? McKnight brings it down. Wellington go out to the back line. Break the first couple of tackles. Now they're on the front foot. Numbers if they can find them on the outside, but the SEDBERGH defence is up fast. Still those numbers are there though. And they move it out to clash. Foot race here on the near side, but Balanuka is there to cover. And the ball comes the way of SEDBERGH, in fact. Boxed away by SEDBERGH. Thorpe underneath it again. Second good high ball he's claimed. Smith just stabs that one in, but straight out. Jack just tried to take that from above his head, couldn't quite cling on to it, so we'll have another Wellington College scrum, another chance to witness this fantastic Wellington College scrum. It's been a thing of beauty so far. Maslin to feed. Wellington College have stacked this near side. This time it's a steady scrum. Corbett runs the short line. Smith spots a gap. Floods through as he got a supporter. He can't just quite find a pass, so he has to take it on himself. I think a high tackle came in, so they're playing with advantage as Geordie Bland takes it on. Jeez. Corbett just feeds it short to Oscar Thomas, and Thomas, oh, he's a hard runner, isn't he, Oscar Thomas? Maslin, Smith. That one's loose, but we'll come back for the penalty. And Wellington College in no rush over this penalty. I think we all know where this is going. Into the corner. They want to get that maul going. To that corner is exactly what they're going to do. Smith will prod it in. He's done his bit of the job. Bang on the 5 metre line. We just see that break again. He wasn't really looking to make the break, but the hole emerged. So he took it on himself. And SEDBERGH did really well, actually, just to get in the passing lanes and stop any pass emerging. Maul form then. Oscar Thomas digging for it at the back. Playing with advantage. Thomas has it at the back. Thomas is over the line. Oscar Thomas, the try collector. He has loved life at the back of that maul this season, he really has. The referee called advantage. And you know, at first, I'm not sure they even realised quite how far that maul had progressed. It was only when he looked down that Oscar Thomas suddenly realised there's the try line, I better fall over. Just look at this, he just has a look down and goes, oh yeah, there it is. Well, it's one thing knowing that maul is coming, it's another thing stopping it. And it's helped them to 2 tries alongside that Will Corbett beauty as well for a 15-7 lead. 15-7, make it 17-7. Smashing conversion from Ben Smith. And it's a 10-point lead again for Wellington College.
Backwards.
Loose at the restart from Wellington College, but they retain possession. Thomas, that burrowing style of running of his.
Advantage scrum 9. Reload it. Use it 9. Advantage over.
Box clear by Maslin. Stays in field. Or did it stay in field? No, it didn't quite. Not quite. SEDBERGH line out. Midway between the 22 and the 10.
Who scored? I didn't see it. Hey, can you ask? Can you ask? No one can see it. Oh, can you just keep asking?
Lovely off the top ball for SEDBERGH. Just have to check for their pass a little bit, which has just allowed Corbett to come up in defence, but Jack rode that tackle really well. And now Spencer just fighting inside and out.
Backwards!
Ball lost backwards. Smith just for half a second thought he was away, but just hacked the ball into touch. But as we saw in the second team game, this Wellington College defence is difficult to break through. Looking very tight in there at the moment.
JJ Parry. JJ. JJ Parry.
Sorry. Can you move it to the middle, please? Thank you.
Look at the steam coming off of the breath of the players out there. We are near enough at freezing point here at Broad Street. Ball goes over the top, collected by Thomas onto Bright, who then feeds it out to Bland, and then they move it further wide into the hands of Mackay.
Release! Yeah, counter legal play.
Ferocious competition at the breakdown, and it's a competition that yields a penalty for SEDBERGH.
Counter legal, 9's off feet.
And somehow we're only about a minute away from half time. This game has absolutely flown by. Brilliant counter-rucking from SEDBERGH. That's given them this line-out opportunity, taken by Bennett at the tail. They just have to check their stride once again. It's just allowed the defence to spot their tackler. Now they go direct. Good defence once again from Wellington College. Jack to Jack. That's good defence from Elijah G's.
Leave it, 7. Leave it.
Carried on by Nesbitt. They're going to play out to that far side, but that's a nice flat ball, and it's allowed them just to try and find an edge. Beautiful offload through contact too, just keeps the move alive. Just look at the depth on the attack here. You can't quite see it on your screens, but the depth they've got is just exceptional. But it's not as exceptional as the defence from Wellington College. They just refuse to buckle. I think it was Geordie Bland that got hands on the floor there. I'm pretty sure it was, because the chant is going up on the touchlines to Geordie Bland as well. And the referee decides that with a couple of players down injured, that is time on the half. We'll just have a quick look at that replay. In fact, I think it was Charlie Mackay that got himself over it. Referee happy that Wellington College had rolled away. Mackay got himself over the ball and got the penalty, and it's that penalty on which we end the half. And what a half it's been for Wellington College. They lead at the break 17-7 against SEDBERGH. A massive 35 minutes coming up next. Right then, just about ready for the second half. Wellington College will be getting us restarted through Ben Smith. They're playing from left to right in their gold and black hoops. SEDBERGH in brown will receive, and they trail 17 points to 7. Wellington College looking to make it 2 in a row over SEDBERGH. They went 10 years without a victory. Might they be about to make history and go back to back? As far as my research and stats tell me, they've not actually ever done that before, so this could be a pretty historic night here at Broad Street. But there's 35 long minutes to go yet. Plenty can change. In fact, the players were all ready and raring to go, but we were short of a couple of referees. But we've got all the required officials out in the field now, so we should be good to go. Smith knocks it long up to the 22 and fielded nicely by SEDBERGH.
Leave it now, use it.
And a change of tactic early on from SEDBERGH, looking to exit quickly. Just a bit of timing there on the tackle, so it'll be a penalty to Wellington College. But an early change of tactic from SEDBERGH. In the first half, they were looking to play off the first couple of phases when they got possession, but they're looking for the early exit. Perhaps just a thought that they want to play this game up at the other end of the field. Really nicely claimed line out that by SEDBERGH, against the head, superbly done. Read it really nicely. Playing out the back. Spencer ducks underneath the tackle. Can't be a high tackle if you go right over the top, I suppose.
No hands now.
They've brought on a replacement, Matthew Cook, who's been benching for Newcastle over the summer. Comes off the bench here for SEDBERGH. Oscar Thomas, that's a lovely short pass.
No lift. No.
Smith leaves it so late, and that just gives the defenders reason to pause. Maslin trying to dart around the fringe. That's a lovely little offload from him too. Finn Crumley, we didn't get to mention him much in the first half, but he has a rumble now. Bill Bright. Crumley spent a lot of time this season at outside centre, but moves back to the wing where he played last year. Part of that backline reshuffle in the absence of Inigo Langford. What a sensational player he's been over the last 18 months, Langford at fullback for Wellington College. Ball just sits up for Jack. But Wellington College were playing with advantage anyway. And this is one of those penalties that's right in that spot that gives you something to think about. It's right on the edge of range. Do you go for sticks or do you go to the corner? It's a difficult kick to the corner as well. Smith's going to go to that corner though. I always think with these kicks, centre field is worth flooding that touchline, but SEDBERGH have left it a little barren, but that's why you want to flood it, because it's so hard to reach from that position on the field. SEDBERGH get the clearance away. Not often you get things right as a commentator, but hey ho. Line that one up next to All of the things I've got wrong over the years, eh? McKnight does so well to bring that one down. He was juggling it on his fingertips for a couple of seconds there. G's plays short. Brave at the line from Elijah G's, and now Corbett, his centre partner, takes it up. How good has Will Corbett been at just beating off that first defender?
Time off. Okay, 16 substitution, he's not coming back. 16 back. Here's a scrum. Got a ball. Ricky, 16 now straight left to that. Crouch. Bind.
Scrum Wellington. Powerful weapon for them in the first half.
Stay there now. Hold go.
Gives them solid ball here in the second as well, but Smith is under all sorts of pressure in the defence. He's done so well just to try and find a little bit of go forward there. He was in all sorts of bother, but finds a way forward. Oh, if Thomas could have got a pass away there was space, but gets an offload away instead. Will Bennett was giving it everything on the floor there. Oh, it's a lovely offload to McKnight, and McKnight gets the ball away as well, and there's space on the far side for Wellington College. Quick ball would be good here, and that's exactly what they've got. They need to move it. McKnight finds a bit of space. There's a whole load of space in the backfield as well if they want it, but instead the pass just doesn't quite sit right. Thorpe has to recover. It's done well just to buy some time for a bit of support there.
Advantage, off feet 7.
And penalty advantage as well.
Advantage penalty 9. Off feet. Off feet first. Off feet 7 Brown.
Penalty Wellington College. SEDBERGH went off their feet at the breakdown. They go for the tap this time on the penalty. Again, though, the pass is not to hand, although it was lost forward by SEDBERGH. So it's scrum advantage, Wellington College. McKnight takes it into contact. He's hit hard, but gets an offload away.
No left. Advantage now over.
SEDBERGH throwing everything at the breakdown at the moment. Will Bennett is in just about everything, trying to turn it over, but it's one of his mates this time that gets the penalty. I think it might have been Marshall on the floor. We'll take another look in a second. But they really were throwing everything at every breakdown there, trying to force the penalty, and that's what they've done.
16 goal substitution.
There's a change for Wellington College here.
Substitution being made. And I don't want to be in the line now.
SEDBERGH forward through Moore. Oh, and arriving like a train there was Hines. He just checked his stride as contact arrived. Or he might have just been through that hole, but he just had to hold up for the pass. And then the drive comes on from his mates out in the centre field. Cook flings it wide to Bulanauka. Cook skips it into the heart of midfield, and SEDBERGH get a drive on up to the 22. First proper attacking chance for them of this second half. Hines forward. Oh, how about that from Oliver Hines? 2 tries SEDBERGH, 2 tries Hines. Created that all by himself, really. Arrived flat once again, bumped off the first tackler, shrugged off the second, and then charged to the line. And Oliver Hines, in SEDBERGH's first real attack of this second half, gets the try for his side. Look at the power through contact there, and then the balance to stay on his feet. Would you believe it? He was on the blind side for the second team last year. Here he is at number 8 for the first team, with 2 tries to his name against one of the biggest rugby schools on the planet. Mind you, he's playing for another one of them. Cook stands over the conversion, and Cook strikes an absolute beauty. 3-point game. Three points, Wellington College lead by 17 points to 14. Still in the balance. Again off the restart. SEDBERGH look for the boxed exit, that's what they do. And their defence forces the knock on from Wellington College. A good little patch this for SEDBERGH. A reminder that we've got some massive games coming up here on Next Gen 15. Tomorrow night it's down to Kingsholm Stadium, where Cheltenham College will be taking on Sir Thomas Riches. A massive game, that one. Always seems to produce a thrilling contest at Kingsholm. We're expecting about 2,000 people, maybe 3,000 in the crowd down there as well. Going to be a big night. Bit of hockey for you on Friday night as well, as Teddy's Oxford take on Headington. Then it's back to rugby on Saturday for a massive game at Clifton College. Clifton College against Blackrock College. That's a 12 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. It is going to be one of the games of the season. Arguably the best in Ireland against arguably the best in England. Two sides that would certainly like to challenge Clifton College for that point of view are these two, though, SEDBERGH and Wellington College. SEDBERGh, of course, who've got a victory against Clifton College. Wellington College, who lost narrowly to them, have a penalty here. And they have the lead as well, 17-14. Massive game, this one as well, at the top of the Next Gen 15 schools rugby table, where SEDBERGH are the current leaders and Wellington College are knocking right on the door of that top 3 as well. and of course over the Daily Mail Trophy as well, where both teams are competing hard. Competing on a couple of fronts, these two.
One sideways.
Wellington College breaking down the blind side, and a good step in field as well, just to stay away from that touch line, and still they go on, Wellington College. Maslin goes digging. Smith just stabs it over the top. There's a little bit of space in there. Oh, that was all about the bounce of the ball. Wellington College get the penalty, but I'll tell you what, if that ball had just sat a little bit lower, they were in underneath the sticks.
It was a knock-on. It was a knock-on. How much do you want to bet it's a scrum? How much do you want to bet? I bet you £5 it's a scrum.
A few running repairs on the field, so while they are taken care of, just a chance to shout out a few of the people that have helped make this and so many streams possible this year. Big thank you to Feedback Sport, who you can see in the bottom right hand side of your screens. Their innovative feedback app works for players and coaches with an easy slide rule system. Has been a real feature of the season so far. We'll be doing our feedback scores actually at the end of this one. Also to STC, our teamwear partners, and indeed to Extreme Robes, our leisure wear partners, all of whom have made it possible to bring you so much live rugby this year. Wellington College and Ben Smith in particular then are ready for this penalty, looking to add another 3. And that's exactly what he does. 20 points to 14 now, a 7-point lead for Wellington College, a converted try ahead. We see here the ball just popped through. Absolute no man's land. It was a tricky one there actually. A really unfortunate penalty to give away. Absolutely the right decision, but one of those where you can't quite be sure if your own man's touched it or not. Oh, that's a superb kick-off drill, claimed by James Moore. Bellamy charges on. SEDBERGH go to the short side. Is there a bit of space down there for them? Harry Bellamy takes it on. Cook fizzes it out the back, but just misses his supporting runners, but he had a penalty advantage to play with. Wellington College not rolling away. Be a penalty midway inside the 22, just about on the 15-metre line as well. Shade under 20 minutes left to go. SEDBERGH stick it in the corner, bang on the 5. Well, it's athletically taken at the line out. No idea how SEDBERGH stayed upright there, but somehow they found a way to, and the Maul somehow found a way to formulate around it as well as they go nudging towards the try line. Where is that ball? Have they got it down? Yes, they have. Harry Bellamy emerges with that ball tucked under his arm, his side, with the try. Somehow they got them all going, despite the most awkward of line-out takes, and then Bellamy got his mitts on it, and no matter how many backs joined in behind him, he wasn't going to relinquish that ball. He knew what was coming. He could smell the try line. And the Newcastle hooker is on the score sheet.
Aiden, I might need my coat back.
Cook stands over the conversion. This for the lead. And it's another absolute peach from Matthew Cook. And for the first time tonight, SEDBERGH have the lead. (17-7) they trailed at the break. And now, with 15 minutes left to go, they lead 21-20. Oh, it's a brilliant box kick. It was right in the competitive area. Neither side managed to claim it, so it bounces harmlessly into touch, but that was bang on the money. Wellington College line-out. Been a weapon for them. McKnight just has to tap that one back, and then Bennett comes flooding through, but it had come off a SEDBERGH hand on the way through. So we'll have a scrum. Wellington College scrum. A real strength of this side. But they need it to be a strength here. Referee just wants them to go again, just telling them he wants a bit of space.
Marcus there. Don't go down head on head. Crouch. Bite. Set. Stable.
Early shove from SEDBERGH. Brings a free kick the way of Wellington College. Maslin goes quickly, but not from the right place, says the referee. Always a decision to make when you get a free kick in this sort of area. And the decision from Wellington College is to give it to the skipper and tell him to have a rumble. And when you got a lad like Rory McKnight in the second row, why not? Smith out the back, and Wellington keep it alive, and Crumley almost got himself away and then gets back to his feet and scampers a few yards further up the touchline. Corbett. Oh, it does really well just to delay that pass. That was really nice play from Corbett. Had to solve the problem there, a defender in his eye line, and he had to do it quickly, and he did just that. Referee just having a word with Will Bennett there about the number of high tackles that have been penalised. Just wants SEDBERGH to drop their height a bit. Just look at this again from Corbett. Sees the defender in his eye line, holds the ball, and then gives the pass out behind the back of the defender. That's really good, calm play. Many's a player has thrown that pass earlier than it needed to be. Smith pumps it deep into the 22. Right, we know what comes here. Can SEDBERGH stop it? That's the question. First job done by Wellington College. McKnight brings it down. Next bit's done as well. Oscar Thomas has hands on, but I tell you what, SEDBERGH have done their job as well. They've held this really, really well. And the referee telling Maslin to use it. That's superb from Wellington College, from SEDBERGH rather. They had to defend that well, and they did. Geordie Bland takes it on. Will Bennett is risking life and limb to try and turn that one over.
Back foot, Brown.
Wellington then.
Back foot, SEDBERGH too.
Trying to barge their way over around the fringes. Oscar Thomas has a go, makes half a yard. That's the post there, you can see on the right-hand side of your screen. Maslin digs, Smith has. Smith takes it to the line and Thorpe can't quite hang on, but will come back for the penalty. SEDBERGH crept offside.
2 Brown offside, then 7 Brown offside.
Crucial period of the game this, absolutely crucial. Oscar Thomas says, I'll have this, thanks. Defence meets him. Bennett, the skipper, was there to make the tackle. Wellington College are going to try and force their way over. Bennett's got hands on, but the referee's not seen. I say the referee's not seen, the clear out came in, to be fair. Thomas tries to go over the ruck, then tries to go around the outside. Oscar Thomas. That is a really sharp finish from the hooker. The door was shut on him, but he found a way to wrestle his way free and wriggle and barge his way over the try line. See it again here. He tries to go direct, realises that's not going, spins out of the tackle and gets across the try line. Sharp from Thomas, he's got 2 tries to his name. Smith converts. Wellington College back in front, 27 points to 21. Oh, we've got some final 10 minutes on our hands here. A grandstand finish at Broad Street is coming your way. The England hooker has a couple of tries. It's another superb kickoff from SEDBERGH. Claimed once more by James Moore. Bennett skips around the first defender and gets up to the 22. Cook takes it to the line and then out the back to Jack. SEDBERGH have really flattened their attack up here. First half, the depth was unbelievable. Now the flatness is the noticeable thing of it. Cook fizzes it across that flat line and they're trying through the hands and they're bundled out into touch. Good cover from Thorpe, the fullback for Wellington College. And much like in the second 15 game earlier on, Cramp now grabbing a hold of more than a couple of players. It's energy sapping stuff out there, it really is. 3 players down on the floor, having those calves and hamstrings stretched out. A reminder again that it's a massive, massive week of live action this week. Coming up tomorrow night, Cheltenham College against St Thomas Riches, live from Gloucester's Kingsholm Stadium. That's going to be a huge one. Both of those two sides heavily represent the Gloucester Academy, and it's always a thrilling game down there. They're also raising money for Gloucestershire Young Carers. That's a really big charity down there that the boys have chosen. Friday night, a bit of hockey for you. St Edward's Oxford against Headington. And then on Saturday, one of the biggest schools rugby matches of the season. England against Ireland, the best in England perhaps, against the best in Ireland perhaps. Certainly two sides that are up there. Clifton College against Blackrock College. That's a 12 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. But I tell you what, vying for that position as top dogs in England are these two, SEDBERGH and Wellington College. And with just over 5 minutes left to play, we are in for a humdinger of a finish. 6 points between them, Wellington College leading 27 points to 21 as Wellington College's Tom Maslin shapes up to box kick. Will Bennett is under it to claim and gets an offload away as well. Bellamy charges forward, advantage to SEDBERGH. Taken on by Marshall. Cook fizzes it to Jack. Wellington defence is really good though. Their numbers just aren't biting in, so they're staying with huge numbers in defence every time SEDBERGH look up. And as a result, there's just not much on, and so we come back for the penalty. Another spot of cramp then, setting way. We're going to restart with a penalty to SEDBERGH. Referee's just having another quick word with Will Bennett. But it will be a SEDBERGH penalty. I'm going to just tuck this one into the corner and say to Harry Bellamy and friends, another repeat of 10 minutes ago, please. Bellamy to throw in. SEDBERGH line out, they need a try. Ball brought down safely. Bellamy has hands on at the back. It's a really good shove from Wellington College, but SEDBERGH have done well to find a flank. Now they go charging forwards, and then Bellamy breaks free. He's taking them all on himself, is Harry Bellamy. Wellington repel him. SEDBERGH is still just inches short here though. Still, they inch forward around the fringes. Bellamy goes again. They've got penalty advantage. There's a massive gap in the midfield if they want it, but the forwards are determined to take this one forward. They're up to the line, they're across the line. The forwards have done the job for SEDBERGH. Well, they had to work for it. Wellington kept them honest, but SEDBERGH stayed patient and found their way across the line. I think it was Nico Jones, but we'll need to check it. And Matthew Cook, well, he's been superb off the tee so far. He has a chance to put his side in front with almost no time left. And fair play to him, he is taking his time. Well done, that man. He is using every second of his allotted time. The referee talking him down on time as well. This is impressive from Cook. Nerveless. And a nerveless strike as well. That is superb from Matthew Cook. Mature, calm play from the replacement fly half. SEDBERGH have the lead, 28 points to 27. Wellington College had all raced in front of the kicker in their eagerness to get back on track. I told you these games were always close. Last year was an aberration. 2021 a draw, 2018 2 points, 2015 2 points, 2014 3 points, 2013 4 points. There's hardly ever anything in it, and it's a 1 point game in 2024 with a minute left to play.
Physio's confirmed that the props cannot come back on. Physio's confirmed that a prop cannot come back on.
Well, Wellington College were keen to get their first choice front row on for what is a vital scrum, but Physio had confirmed that it was an injury replacement and therefore the front row can't be changed. And so it's an uncontested scrum.
Back here we go.
So it's guaranteed SEDBERGH ball. Wellington College were desperate there, desperate to try and make use of their scrummaging power, but quite rightly, with injuries at play, the call came in that could not happen.
Crouch. Bind.
So SEDBERGH guaranteed ball here.
9, don't go in the pocket. 9, stay there.
And all they have to do is kick it off, and that's exactly what Cook does. Dramatic finish. SEDBERGH get the victory. (27-21) down in the final meaningful play of the half, of the game entirely, and SEDBERGH came up with the score. They fought from behind for the second time in the game, and Matthew Cook's nerveless conversion nudged them ahead to victory. What a stunning game. What an outstanding pair of teams. And what a finish as well. Full time, Wellington College 27, SEDBERGH 28. Let's go downstairs and get some reaction to that incredible finish.
As I battle my way through the crowds to try and get some reaction, we just reflect on what was an absolutely epic finish there. We'll see if, in fact, you know what, we're going to stick a microphone in front of some people as we come down as well and see what they thought of that one. What a finish that was as I come storming through the crowd here. I'm in the way of some photos and everything. It's all going on down here. That dramatic finish and that calm conversion from Matthew Cook, fighting my way through the crowds here. We'll see if we can get some on-field reaction. I'm going to work my way onto the pitch. If I can find a little opening. Found myself a little nook or cranny. The two sets of players on field, just reflecting on an absolutely fantastic finish to things out here at Broad Street RFC. It's a chilly one out here, but it's been well worth it. Superb performances all around. You can see SEDBERGH there talking amongst themselves. We'll try and see if we can grab a word with a player or two in a moment once they break away from these huddles. See if we can get a word from the coaches as well. I'm sure that we can pull Simon Mulholland, Noxie as he's known. And we'll see what we can find. It was an absolutely epic game, wasn't it? A stunning finish. That final score from SEDBERGH. Twice they got themselves in position to score from close range. Twice they got themselves in front from behind. And would you believe it? It was 17-7 to Wellington College at half-time. But in the second half, what a stunning comeback it was from SEDBERGH. I'm just going to have a quick peer behind me and see if anything's happened back there. No, they're still in their huddle. Quite a lot to debrief off this one, I think, is what we can take from it. It really was quite stunning game. The brilliance, the absolute brilliance from some of the backline play from both of them, but then some of the absolutely brutal forward play, and then that dramatic finish. Still, the debrief goes on, I tell you what. Be a full analysis session before we're up and running, eh? I'll tell you what they should do. They should get feedback for a bit of feedback, shouldn't they? My producer in the van is very happy with having reminded me of that one. We will actually be doing our feedback scores at some point once my hands have thawed out, but you don't want to see me using a mobile phone for a good half an hour or so, because my fingers are not quite working up to standard just at this point. It's below freezing at this point. In fact, you can feel the ground beneath me is just about frozen. It is really solid. But it's been a day, hasn't it? We've seen some fantastic rugby. It actually all started off, didn't it, down at Gordon's in Bagshot, where they made their way into the Ace final for the first time ever, with Will Kemsley talking you through that one. That was absolutely superb. Then we jumped across to the second 15 fixture here, and how about that defence from the Wellington College second 15? There are not many defences in the world that look as good as that one did. It was absolutely astonishing. But here at first team level, it has been quite an extraordinary game as well. SEDBERGH having a little sit down. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go walking off into the crowd, and I'm going to have a chat with someone in the crowd, because well, it's an extensive debrief that's going on over here. So we're going to see if we can find. Let's find a SEDBERGH supporter to talk to. I can see a whole bunch of people shaking their heads and running away. Brilliant. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to talk to you, sir. I'm guessing, but judging by the number of SEDBERGH hats around you, that you're a SEDBERGH supporter.
This is true, yes.
Quite the dramatic finish, wasn't it?
It was a really good tight game, and yeah, I'm glad that SEDBERGH could obviously wrestle it over the line. But yeah, what an incredible game from both sides, and yeah, we'll take such a tight win, I think, at the end of the day.
Looking forward to getting in the car and getting warm though.
Yes, it is really cold for everyone sat at home or in the car watching it. It is really cold here, but yeah, an amazing game, and yeah, just really proud of the boys that they could wrestle it over the line and take that one point win.
Certainly was very impressive. Thanks for talking to me. Appreciate it. Well, some players getting applauded on their way off, but not yet the teams. This is one of the more extensive debriefs we've ever seen. I'm going to come and have a chat with some of the lads. Here we go. We got some that are willing to talk to us now. Lads, while the extensive debrief is going over, what team were you with earlier on?
What? C1.
You get a bang on the head. Do you remember which side you were playing for, yeah?
Yeah, SEDBERGH.
SEDBERGH. And how's the day been?
Amazing.
What do you feel about that dramatic finish? Final play, come from 6 points down, get the victory.
Great game. It was very close and very nervous to watch, but
ready to cheer the boys through when they finish this debrief. Have you ever seen quite such a long debrief?
No. So it's like this every game, so yeah.
To be fair, Simon Mulholland knows a thing or two. Wellington College have finished off theirs, so we're gonna go and have a little chat with some people from Wellington College. We'll see if we can find someone to chat to there. I'm going to stop Oscar Thomas because Oscar's a media star. Oscar, a heartbreaker, that one. Couple of tries for yourself, but I know you were wanting the boys to get that one over the line. But proud of the boys nonetheless.
Yeah, it's properly frustrating. Like, this is the game we look forward to in the calendar year. But I mean, we were just saying in the huddle, we're all proud of each other. We've got a real tight group, and we're just looking to bounce back for next week against Tonbridge. It's going to sting now, but yeah, looking to have a real bounce back performance next week. So.
Yeah, a couple of big games to come and can finish the season off on a real high, and that's a performance to be proud of.
Yeah, definitely. That's what we were saying. We're trying to play a good brand of rugby, and we definitely shown it in that game there in parts. Obviously, parts to go back, look at and review. But yeah, we're really proud of the boys today. It's unfortunate, but yeah, we can be proud of ourselves. So.
Top man, thanks for chatting to us. Great effort on Movember as well. Oh. Lovely tash there on Oscar Thomas, and a good man for talking to us. It looks as though SEDBERGH have broken up from their chat, so we're going to come and talk to. In fact, we're going to talk to the 2-try scorer, Mr. Hines. Couple of scores. Talk to me about the end, though. Wow, what a finish!
There's just no better way to win a rugby game, is there? Tie match like that, get it over in pretty much the last play. It's pretty class.
Hearts and mouths a little bit at certain points.
Yeah, at half time when we were down a little bit, it took a lot for us to get back to it, get those tries over, and just get back in the game, win it.
Top work, and a big end to the season coming up as well.
Yeah, we've got Millfields and we've got Landovery to finish us off, so hopefully we win them.
Top work. Listen, a couple of tries to your name and a last-minute victory. Let's hope you had. Oh, he's leaving me hanging. I can't believe it. Well played, that man. Right, we're going to go and have a little chat with Simon Mulholland, the victorious head coach. Noxie, that was some finish, eh?
Yeah, just look at the scoreboard. It's Broad Street, isn't it? Like it seems to happen most years. Yeah, look, it's awesome to be here. I'm really proud of my boys, and like special mention to Wellington. Like, they were awesome today, and we knew their pack were physical. We knew we had to manage that. We knew we had to get our discipline right, and we didn't. Like, you know, and that's something we're going to have to look at again. We can't give aside those kind of opportunities, but man, I'm proud of our boys for coming back. Like, they were out at times there, and it just shows you the belief in that group.
Yeah, I mean, 17-5 down at half-time, 6 points down with no time left on the clock. It was almost as much about guts as it was anything else, really.
Yeah, it was, and I think we're pretty proud of the way they adapted a little bit. We talked about the kickoffs. Like, we actually had really good success with the kickoffs, and then to get another chance. We talked about on the sticks with 6 to go, we'd probably get 3 or 4 touches, so to stay patient and stay confident. And I'm really pleased with their decision-making, and yeah, look, these games are awesome, aren't they, SEDBERGH Wellington?
Something about this place, I don't know what it does, but it's always an absolute classic. It's been absolutely brilliant, and so many lads to be proud of. And I just want to make a quick mention of the second 15 game and the other games as well. The second 15, your boys missing out after pulverising the Wellington line, but unbelievable defence. There's some quality across the age groups and across the depth as well.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I watched as much of that game as I could, and gee, we were on them for a lot of that second half. Like, huge credit for defending. The sort of waves of Brown attack coming at them, and they did really well. And I think two really good second teams. Yeah, really good standard. I think the block over the day has been awesome, as it always is. Two great schools and programs, and we've got so much respect for them. It's just so good to play them on a block and have great games.
Certainly is. I want to pick your brain on something else completely different. We've got Clifton College against Blackrock College on Saturday, a massive game. You've played both. Yeah. Tell me what you think about that one.
It's going to be a great game. Like, yeah, I think it'll be close. I think we were close, obviously, against Blackrock. We just got Clifton. I think two quite similar sides, two very physical teams. I'm really looking forward to it as a neutral. I know both coaches really well, so they'll be detailed. They will have been planning. I think it'll be a great spectacle for schoolboy rugby.
Certainly will be, and I tell you what, this was an amazing do you know what? I'm so cold I can barely speak. We had the England coaches up in commentary with us as well, just watching over the shoulders, and they were open-mouthed at certain points. It's just a fantastic game, and two great groups, and just an amazing occasion, and a great way to show off the quality that schools rugby has here in the UK.
It just, you look at it, it just means so much to them. You know, they're playing with their mates, and we often forget about that. Like, there's a lot of academy players in these two groups, but look, they're playing with their mates, they're enjoying it, they're playing with smiles on their faces. Like, both teams are throwing it around. Like, this for me is just outstanding rugby, and what a spectacle for the people that come watched, and keeps the rivalry strong and the historical respect that we have for each other. So no, I think it's a great night.
Should be fantastic. Listen, go warm yourself up because it's absolutely freezing.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Simon Mulholland there, head of rugby at SEDBERGH School. Right, that is us, just about us. We are going to do our feedback scores for you a little bit later on, because I promise you it is almost impossible to use a phone right now. So we will be doing those. We're going to have some incredible ratings, because I tell you what, we saw two incredible performances. So do pay sharp attention later on social media for a bit of feedback ratings. In the meantime, though, it's just left for me to remind you as to what's to come up over the course of the next 3 days, because tomorrow, 7:30 kickoff, we'll be live from about 7:15 at Kingsholm Stadium, home of Gloucester, when Cheltenham College and Sir Thomas Riches go head-to-head in support of Gloucestershire young carers. And then on Friday, it's up to Oxford Hawks for St Edward's Oxford against Headstone in the hockey. That's girls first 11 hockey on Friday night. A bit of a departure for us here at NextGen15. Looking forward to that. And then on Saturday, as Noxie was just telling us about, Clifton College against Blackrock College, a lunchtime kickoff, 12 p.m. You'll be able to watch it and then get stuck into the international rugby later on. It's a perfect day for you, and that is an absolute massive one, isn't it? So tune in over the course of the next few days. But from here at Broad Street, it is thank you very much for watching. We're going to go and warm up. We're going to get ourselves as hot as possible because it is freezing. So thank you ever so much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow night at Kingsholm.
The right kit changes everything. With the right kit, you're ready for anything. United, connected, unstoppable. Whatever your sport, we are your sporting partner. Creating your kit your way. For every team, for every challenge, for every aspiration. Feel seen, feel ready, feel part of the team. Kit on, game on.
established by the age of 14 and 75% by the age of 24. That's why Movember with the Rugby League World Cup and Rugby League Cares have created the first ever mental fitness charter for a global sporting tournament. To do this, we have delivered mental fitness workshops to every professional player, team official, match official, teammate and everyone participating in the Rugby League World Cup tournament.
Ask how your mate's doing, listen to what they say, encourage them, and then check in. Simple, you'll do it anyway. So Marshall, do you fancy going for a coffee? How's things?
I wish I'd have learned what I'm talking about during my playing days. You know, when we looked at the psychology, it was all about performance psychology. Now we're looking at it from an holistic point of view. We've delivered mental fitness campaigns to all Rugby League community clubs across the north of England. That's over 8,000 young Rugby League community players, over 400 Rugby League community coaches, and 50 million fans in England and many more worldwide. Let's go beyond the banter. Find out more at Movember.com.